Hi, hello, and welcome to the coldest month in Iceland. It is actually cold, but it is not the coldest month because it's cold. It's coldest because of the old Icelandic calendar, or Nordic calendar, if you will. And according to this calendar, we are not in February, we are in the month of Þorri, I think. I hope that's how it's pronounced. I actually can't speak Icelandic, so I'm guessing it's Thorri or something like that. And yeah, so before Christianity came, there used to be an old system, and this month basically covers like the middle of January to middle of February. And Þorri is special in a way that the first day of Þorri is called bóndadagur, which is supposed to be like the husband's day or the farmer's day, something like that, where the farmer was supposed to wake up early and get naked, only have his trousers on one leg, not both of them, just one, and hop around his house. Not even the Icelandic people were able to tell me why. What I found out online is that maybe it was supposed to like welcome the month of Þorri. The first day of Þorri was also Þorrablót, where you would have like the meal, like a sacrificial meal. And then after Christianity came, like the Thorrablót sort of disappeared, but it came back in like 19th century or something like that. And to this day still is very popular. It is being celebrated and people meet up, you know, they drink and eat a lot of food and dance and stuff like that. And also it's very specific because you are supposed to eat all these like crazy foods that you've heard about, you know, from Iceland. Like the sheep's head and sheep's testicles and fermented sharks and stuff like that. So all these foods that they usually maybe don't eat every day, they eat it on this day, like on Þorrablót. So yeah, it is pretty cold. I'm glad it's nice weather, because for like a week it was just snowy and stormy, and I wanted to make this video for a long time, but I just couldn't go outside. And so yeah, now it's very nice. We are now hidden in a ridge, like a little valley, and yeah, at least it's not that windy. But there's one thing that I want to show you, because if you come to Iceland, you will see that thing a lot, and a lot of people ask me about it as well, so I want to show you what it is. But yeah, this place is kind of cool. I'm really afraid that all this snow will fall on me and I will die here shooting a YouTube video. This is not a fresh snow, this is the heavy snow that's been here for a couple of days, so I should get out of here. Let's go. Before we get to what I wanted to show you, I wanted to stop here because you might remember this from my other video that I made before called Discover Iceland. And I showed you this plant called Beetling. And I mentioned in that video that Beetling is used for vetrarbeitar in winter, which basically means that this is the sort of food that the sheep would graze on under the snow. I also mentioned before that sometimes you would put the sheep outside, and these are the sort of grasses that they would feed on. But we don't have to do that now. We have a lot of hay inside of the barn, so they can stay inside, be warm, have water and enough hay. But back in the days when the farmers didn't have that much hay, or maybe not enough money, they would just put them outside, and this is what they would graze. But this was just a short stop. I wanted to show you how this looks in winter, because I showed you how it looks in summer. And now we are going to the top of that hill over there. So let's go. So I just got here and look what I found. These little footprints. I'm pretty sure that they are from an Arctic fox, which is surprising because we don't have that many Arctic foxes in this area, because there's a lot of farmers and people who might hunt them, so they are not really hanging out here. But I've heard that there's a lot of Arctic foxes in Westfjords, because nobody's hunting them there, so they're pretty much friendly. And yeah, it might be hard to spot them because they are changing colors. In summer they are mostly like brown, grey-ish, and in winter they get white, just as the snow. So it's not that easy to spot them. But let me show you why we actually came here. Yeah. So this is called Varda, and you will see it all around Iceland. It's on top of the hills and in the valleys and everywhere. And there are a couple of reasons why they are here. I actually didn't know them myself until recently. So apparently there is like one usage is to like border your farm, just so you know like where your sheep should be around and stuff like that. With the sheep, it's also used maybe during the gathering, so you know like how to navigate your sheep back to your farm, and also to navigate yourself. So if you are lost and you don't know where you're going, then you can just follow these and it will probably lead you to some house or farm or something like that. This is useful especially in winter, when there's like a huge snowstorm or something and you can't see anywhere, you don't know where you're going, so these might navigate you back home, because like there's one here and then I can see another one over there, and then I know there's another one right there. So if you follow those, they will lead you somewhere, probably. The sun is slowly setting, so I will head home slowly. But yeah, it's not that bad now actually with the sun. If you are afraid of coming to Iceland in winter times because of the darkness, like now it's beginning of January and the sun goes up at, I don't know, 10 a.m. and now it's like 4 p.m. and the sun is setting now, so I think it's enough light right now. The worst part was like December, especially end of December and then beginning of January. That's like the darkest, but now it's getting better and better, so it's not that bad. Some people are also asking me like what are you doing during these dark and cold nights, and I don't know, drink alcohol, I guess. It is true that there was like a huge problem with alcoholism and drug abuse, especially during winter months amongst teenagers. And I think that Iceland managed to somehow curb that, and there is a couple of reasons for that as well. Number one, I think, is like tax. Alcohol is insanely taxed, it's really expensive here, but if you really want to buy a bottle, like you'll buy it anyway, it doesn't matter, but it might be one of the reasons. Second reason might be also, and that's only something I've heard, I've never seen that in practice, but apparently the parents would go outside after 10 p.m. and check if there are any kids outside. And if they found some, they'll be like, hey, what are you doing here? Go home, stuff like that, you know? I'm not sure if that's true. It might be around Reykjavik and the capital area. I'm not sure. I don't think that this is happening on the countryside. I don't think so. I don't know. And the third reason might be that they try to build like activities for kids after school. So like sports and stuff like that. And if you know any Icelanders, you know that they are always watching like, I don't know, football and handball and volleyball and all sorts of balls. But yeah, those are like three reasons I think how they managed to curb it. Of course, I'm not saying that this problem disappeared completely. There's still probably a problem with alcoholism and drug abuse and depression, especially in winter. And also I've heard that Iceland is like number one in antidepressants usage. So there's that, I guess. I don't know. What a nice and cheery way to end this video, huh? But yeah, I recently actually found a love for snowmobiles. For the first time ever I managed to get on a snowmobile and it was so much fun. I really wish that I can take like a GoPro or something and make a video about that. It might be nice for you to like show you around. But otherwise, on these beautiful days, on this adventurous island with mountains and lava fields and waterfalls and whatnot, I like to sit home and play video games and waste my time. That's my pastime. But yeah, if you are not depressed enough and you want to be depressed even more in the future, click the subscribe button, click the like button, leave a comment, all that stuff, and I will see you next time. But until then, ciao!